Hi everyone, so in today's video I want to talk about why detachment is so important for you and your life. Detachment is one of the most important things in the world because it makes you flexible. It gives you the ability to step away from negative environments, from negative people, from anything that you don't want in your life. It makes the possibility of not being attached to things and not clinging on to things when you know you should be letting go of them, because the thing that people are most afraid of, that the biggest problem in most of people's lives, is that they have so much attachment in themselves that they cannot find the means to let go of things. And letting go of things is one of the most important things in life, because when we go through our whole lives, no matter how long or short your there is so many things that you have to let go of, whether it's really tiny sacrifices or letting go of your best friends or family. There is just so many things in this world that don't like us or are negative for us or bad for us, and maybe negative people, it doesn't matter, but detachment is so important for that. And so many people have this problem where they cannot let go no matter how hard they try. They have this emotional mentality in themselves that makes them incapable of letting go. And letting go is the most important thing, and I cannot say it enough. Detachment is the most important thing, because when you have detachment, you have everything. If something fails in your life, if some project you're trying to do fails, if something you've been hoping for fails, you can get out of it. You can just distance yourself from the situation and keep going. But for most people, for normal people, they can't do that because they don't understand detachment in the way you do. And once you start understanding how detachment works, how you can implement it into your life, that is when you are going to become the most successful, the best version of yourself. It's because there is no amazing technique on how to master detachment, on how to be great at it. It's something you experience, it's something you learn. Every single negative thing that happens in your life, every positive thing you lose, every good or bad friendship you lose, every good or bad relationship you lose, you learn through it. And over time, you learn how to detach. And a lot of people associate detachment with no feelings, with narcissism, or just being overall so obsessed with yourself that you detach from everything and everyone to the point you don't have feelings anymore. But detachment is pretty much the opposite of that. Detachment is being able to leave a situation or eliminate yourself from a relationship situation, whatever, when somebody is being negative towards you, when someone is being mean to you. Because, for example, say you have a very good best friend or whatever, and suddenly they start saying mean things about you. They start backhanded compliments. They say all these things. And because you are attached to them, you are attached to their opinion. And if you are attached to their opinion, whatever they say will affect you. But if you are a master of detachment, you will hear what they say. You will process in your brain. You will still love them. You will still be capable of the feeling of love. But you will be able to let go of the things they said. It will slide off you. Because the whole point of detachment is you can be the most amazing person in the world, the most beautiful, the smartest, whatever. But at the end of the day, people and environments and things are going to find ways to hate you, because that's the way reality works. Somebody will always find something imperfect about you. And once you learn how to detach from that, once you learn how to focus on yourself, that's when you're going to get through life rather happily than the average person. Because for most of my life, the bad things I thought about myself were influenced by other people. Most of the time, when you could destroy me emotionally, mentally, in a couple of words. That's how attached I was to everything. And then I looked at life and I said to myself, I can still love, I can still feel, But that does not mean I have to attach myself to everything. That does not mean I have to physically attach my emotions to absolutely everything, to absolutely everyone. I can still love but be detached. You need to master that concept, because most people think it's one or the other. You either master of detachment and you don't care about anything, or you're the most like attached person ever. But you have to find the right thing in between, because if you truly understand detachment, then you will eventually realize, or at least over time from experienced life, that detachment is not exactly the opposite of attachment. Detachment, technically in definition, it is, but detachment is something that you learn after you realize not everybody wants the best for you. And because if you keep attaching to people, you are going to glue towards the wrong environments, towards the wrong people. And if you can't let go of those things, well then you're you kind of have a problem in life, you know what I mean? Because if you can't let go of those negative things, they're going to influence you. And if they influence you, they make you feel bad. And if you feel bad, the list goes on. I can just keep making reasons for that. But basically, detachment is so really significant in our lives, and we seem to consistently ignore it. We seem to be so attached to things. We seem to think everything matters. We are so like, our friends' opinions matter, this matters, what I got on my exam matters, what my colleague said about me and my job or workspace matters. We keep finding reasons for why things matter. But what if you start using yourself as reasons about why things don't matter? Start saying, someone said this about me, right? But I choose whether that affects me. I choose whether or not I take this to heart and whether or not I let it stab me. It's a choice. And if you learn that detachment is learning how to step away from a situation when you don't want to get hurt. That is not being cowardly. That is not fear. That is taking care of yourself. And it does not matter if someone says, "Oh, you're emotionless." You are not emotionless, and you know that. You don't need their opinion about yourself. That is also a way to master detachment. You just need to stop being so obsessed with other people and start being obsessed with yourself. Imagine if you were as obsessed with yourself as you are with other people. Imagine how well you would be doing in life right now. Imagine how amazingly things would be going, because when you're obsessed with yourself, you take care of yourself. We are constantly taking care of other people, putting people in front of us, doing favors and all this, and oftentimes people aren't returning those favors, or they're not giving the same amount of energy you give to them. And that doesn't mean you have to stop being friends with them or stop knowing them. You have to realize you have to master this certain form of detachment, because if, for example, some people get mad at those little things. I have a lot of friends personally where I do the smallest thing or a little thing and they immediately get angry. But I've had a lot of friends, and I still do, that are experience life like this. They constantly get mad at something. They're constantly angry at me or something else around them in their environment because they don't know how to detach. So what I do whenever that happens is I detach from them. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm not paying attention to them, that I'm not like trying to validate their emotions, that I'm not trying to validate my own emotions, but I just move myself away from the situation a little bit. I just think, will this matter in 10 years? It honestly probably will not. Why does this matter so much? Because most of the time our worries are so stupid. We don't even think about it. Our worries are affecting us so much that we literally do not have a life. We do not have experiences because we are constantly looking for external validation. And once you understand how detachment actually works, is when you will learn that you have to seek your own validation and not everybody else's. And also, don't let your validation be in the form of validating others, because a lot of people's definition of validating themselves is validating others. And those are two completely different things. That should not be a way you validate yourself. When you are trying to improve yourself or trying to make yourself a better version, it should be focused directly on you, not on other people. Because it doesn't matter if someone is your best friend or your worst enemy. You need to realize you should have sort of distance from other people, because the only person you spend the rest of your life with, the only person that you have a guaranteed ticket to death with, is yourself. Everyone else is an option. Everybody else is something you choose or don't choose, or they choose or they don't choose to spend time with. So everything else in life is an option. The only thing that isn't optional is you. So why are you scared of detachment so much? Detachment is freedom, because you are focusing on yourself. And every day for the rest of your life, your number one priority should be focused on you. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.